what was I gonna say? Oh, the territory. So we're gonna go forward. Um, they're gonna make the rules Mexico, and we're gonna follow them here in California. That's because we don't want the name to go extinct, and we want to stay um, connected in some kind of way. So it'll be like a minority process. They already got their some already have theirs, so everything that one has, everybody has to have. So you got a chief, you got to have a Mexican chief, you have to have a everything like of our people. So it'll have to be one of each, one black, one Mexican, one Filipino, whatever, whoever wants those areas to on the top tier, just like the way it is here in California. We're gonna work together. And so if they have laws or rules now, we're gonna be making laws and rules to each of us, and then we're gonna have to combine them, and then that's how we're gonna make it right here in the center. And that way it's a fair process. As for the citizen part, I'm an actual granddaughter's of a citizen, and I have one that's born in Delano. So I'm gonna have that part where I have a little bit more sonority to say what I'm saying, and because nobody's ever gonna be able to taught that unless they do have the same background as I do. So my grandfather, he's a actual citizen of 1959 when Mexico is still Texas, and I have the document on that. I just posted that recently. So it would say, you don't you think a document would say like a Hidalgo process, or it would say Texas in Texas? No, the record that I have, it says that it was established in Mexico, in Texas, McAllen. So they already had a thing already. Like they already had a progress of coming in, and whatever was promised to vote, to buy land, all that stuff, it needs to remain the same. And this way, we're going to continue with what works, and we're not going to go with what doesn't. And so this way, we're freely doing this. Nobody should be going into anybody's areas and charging people for anything. We're not going to be with that conflict. Another thing is that, like, after the day, everything that they say, we're doing. And we're going to be writing things down so that next year we could review this. And this will be the whole 365 days. You guys already knew this from last year, that it was announced since 2023. So we're going to have to continue with the process of ongoing now every year of these things. So we'll have to review, and then make sure that things are going through. Because if they're not, that's where we're going to have to continue pressing that issue until they do pass. We're not asking for any altercations or violence right now, because what we're aiming for is, if somebody like is disrespectful or whatever, we're trying to work together. But the thing is that, like, we're not aiming for just a 3-day hold anymore till you see a judge. The new process is going to be 20 years in jail or prison and then you'll see a judge. So allow the process to go through, and don't be like against it. Everything is progress, and we're trying to do this as professional as we can. What else? And that's it. That's all I wanted to like let you guys know. That way everybody's on the same understanding. So anything needed, just tell me. I'll pass it. And I'm California. I'm born here, so that's the way we're gonna do it. And then don't worry about the water. We're already in that same family. So it doesn't matter. Everything is gonna have the way anyway right now at this point. And I'm gonna show you guys how things don't even need money to do things. When you do them freely or from your heart, because we're not doing things for money. We're doing things because we want to make it right and equal for everybody. Um, Not like that, like mean stuff. The respect is there, and it hasn't been there a long time ago, but because somebody was always messing with it. This time, we're working together and we're not having meetings. And by the end of this, you're gonna understand how we have the whole thing already, like in a we're already coordinated for this. So catechism has taught us a lot. Our basic our basics are gonna be like that, the way they were taught there. We're gonna have to do it again, but this time it's legal. And so we'll have our flag salute. It'll be like the Our Father. We'll have our 10 Commandments. It's like the amendments or laws that they're making now. We'll have to like implement everything starting now, because we're starting an establishment and we're doing the lands, and we're doing this together, including the Anglos, because I come to the understanding today that speaking not bad. Um, our teachers, our what else? Why am I me today? I've learned what I've learned, or how we got to this point, and how I learned no English, right? It was because of them that taught us. And so right now, a lot of us are in the same capacity of that same standard when they came in. Thank you for teaching us all that we know. There's nothing that I could do to say bad about that, because if it wasn't for them, we wouldn't have known English now. And so that's very important to kind of acknowledge the good and stay focused on good, not bad. So we want to stay positive, and that's just probably the thing right now, that we don't want to be speaking negative about things, because it's not to where anybody should be having a problem with anybody. Try to just focus on the good, and and we're gonna be able to, by working together, we're gonna be able to eliminate the bad by putting a rule on it all the time. And that's pretty much it. I guess I want to say that today's a new day. It's an establishment that's going on now, and it has to pass through. Any unjust laws, they can come. Laws, if voted by minority and or majority. So we already have a majority and a minority of Mexicanos. I don't know if you guys know it. I guess I don't think it's been in the English context yet, but I'm going to explain right now what it is. Minority Mexican is a different kind of Mexicans, all of the Mexican, same kind. So if anything was marked wrong in error before, we're going to accept everything. So those license thingies that you guys had made that say Mexican America or whatever Mexican, and we're going to use that too, to add it to the same process of this minority process. But it's still going to land in the category of Mexicans. So they got this whole thing that now they run, and we have to honor that, because any unjust laws can be a law voted by minority and or majority. So I'll be firm on it. What else? Nobody needs to go in there and invade or nothing, because it's now by exception if they want to accept you in. So we're not EU. Very firm on that. I'm very firm on that. We're going to work together with EU, whatever that is. But we're still Mexicans in the process. We're going to go ahead and probably use the word Americas, but we're going to have to use that word like to where it's understood that it's not a race or a nation. Like the only ones that have that is probably like the Philippines and Mexicans and what else? Britain. So these would be like places where your natural origin is from and what you are. So we can't change that. We couldn't change that even if we tried. There's no changing the blood right here. We're gonna be firm on saying that we're 100% when we are. And being born in California doesn't make you a different kind of blood. Like it can't go like that. The minute that you change your status on what you are is the minute that you lose your dignity and you fall into the category of to the plan that they had, where it was all that suffering and stuff. But right now, today, we're like under God now. We're gonna put this nation under God by build. We're gonna be the house of God, and we're gonna be working together online as well. The house of God is the whole wide world, and so this will be the way. I'm pretty confident in it, and also too the Bible part that's named New Americas Now, documented by a Mexican. All of these things, the titles, everything are gonna be continuing from the Book of Books.agency since it started. So very important to know that the Bible chose us. We didn't choose that. And it was something that just kind of fell in the category of us. By buying that, it happened to be a landing page and nobody named it that. So that's where that comes in. And so since then, before that, we were already building it through the sand and dirt and through the whole digital process. So around 2021 is when the paper went to digital, and it took us 2 weeks to figure this out. And that was when they were leaving Afghanistan around that time. So they can't even say that they were in on, I don't know who was in on it. These dates are important. August 16th to August 31st. And so if you're in it, then cool. If not, I don't know. But we're not in it for the money. We're here to put it all. We're all in, like literally. So once I see, yeah, like the money's like nobody's. We don't. Would rather be. I would not do things for money. Trust me. Everything's everything's in the house of God right now. So it's not even ours that we're going to probably put policy on that we don't want that. But we're not going to talk about that either until things get settled. So nothing for now is not for money. Know that. We're suffering for this reason, and we're expecting equal same until you guys decide to like really talk. That's it. That's where we're gonna have to start establishing in the same process, and it has to probably begin today if possible. I think that'll be all because I don't like getting loud, and I feel like I was already kind of being rude. So if I was rude, I'm very sorry. I'm just gonna be firm on things though, so that way it's understandable. I'll review, and I hope it's understood, and that'll be all.